Coming up on this week's Dirt Shed Show, we're going to be talking about all the things mountain bikers love to hate.
And we're going to talk about all the things we love about biking.
Absolutely. And we're still giving away a bike. It's all coming up
On the Dirt Shed Show!
Yes, welcome to this week's Dirt Shed Show with me, Bing Bong Samson.
And myself, Ding Dong Ashton.
Mate, we have got a great show this week.
Oh, yes, we have, Mr. Ashton. I had to dig deep.
Yeah.
We had to dig deep.
I'll tell you why, because we're quite positive people.
Yeah, we are.
But today we're talking about all the things mountain bikers love to hate. So it's a slightly negative take, but we've got to face facts. There are some things
That we hate.
That we hate.
Yeah.
That we absolutely hate. And I'm going to start us off, Blake, before we get into the news and all the other great stuff we've got in this show, like the bike vault and hacks and bodges.
Can't wait, that's
we're
more
gonna
positive.
We're going to get through this negativity, right?
okay.
And I'm going to start us off with something I hate in mountain biking. Derailleurs.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's a love-hate relationship, right, though, isn't it?
No, they work, right? But it's so ugly. The chain goes along and around and down and around and up and then back and in a spring and then it pulls and then it...
And then
I hate it.
if it goes out of line, and if it's all not indexed right, it's just terrible.
It's just so ugly. It's just an ugly line. It's all over the place. So derailleur would be the first thing I say a mountain biker could love to hate.
Yeah. And do you know what another one is?
Go on.
Another one. Punctures, no matter
No.
if you're running tubes or tubeless. Mountain bikers hate getting a puncture. I hate it because we deal with mud constantly. You know, like if
Yeah.
it rains and you get a puncture and you got a muddy ass thing, damn. You gotta put your hands on that thing and try and fix it. I hate doing it, especially when it's cold.
This is real, people. This is Blake Sampson getting upset right now.
I just like them.
Dislike him.
And then when you get in a tube, like tubeless.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
Okay, thank you.
down,
If
calm
you got tubeless, if you have tubeless and you get a puncture, you gotta put any tube in something that's gooey.
Come on, mate. We can get through this. We
can,
can get through
right.
this. Moving on, okay. Next thing I want to talk about, this one's difficult actually.
Oh, okay.
Jumps you can do, but don't. Oh, that's the worst
I think
feeling.
we've all been there.
Ah, man,
Go to
that
your
hurts.
favourite trail and there's a jump in front of you and you're like, today I'm gonna nail it. But you said that yesterday. And you're gonna come back and do it.
And you don't.
But you don't.
Oh.
And you go home and you're like, what the hell? Why could... I know a
all
perfect
been there.
person for that.
Who's that?
His name's Jack Gill. He's one of our creators. He comes to an obstacle and he looks and he's like, today I'm gonna do it. And then he doesn't. And he goes away knowing he can do it.
Quick story about Jack Gill. I asked him to ride the random tandem with me. He said yes. And as we rode away, he jumped off and left me on it on my own.
And then jumped back on.
Take that in for a moment. Take that in for a moment. Yes, but we hate that when you go out and ride mountain bikes and you know you can use your skills and you don't put them to use because you were scared. That's the word, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Scared.
Scared.
Yep.
Bottled it.
Yep.
What about, Blake, when you're going up a climb and you get dropped? You're riding with someone and you just can't keep up.
you can't.
You're just exhausted. The air has gone from your lungs. Your legs are burning, and they just seem to simply ride away effortlessly.
Effortlessly, and it's worse if it's one of your mates you're riding with and he drops you and he's still talking to you whilst he's still pedaling away from you. And you're like, what the hell are you doing, dude? I'm still behind.
I got something to admit. What about when you've been dropped going down?
Oh no, that is actually quite...
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, like...
You just can't keep up.
No, excuses start coming into your head like, dude, I got something wrong with my bike, like my derailleur didn't want to shift or something.
It's not tiredness, it's skill and your level and ability to handle fear.
Yeah, but it's all things that we hate, isn't it? All things we hate. But, you know, talk about going uphill, what if you hear that noise?
Oh no!
The infamous noise. The infamous noise.
Don't say it, Blake. Don't say it.
E-bikes coming from behind you, asking you, you having a good day when you're puffing your ass out? Hey? I hate that. Like he's got a bacon sandwich in his hand, talking to you. Like, what are you supposed to do? All right, mate. No. Hate.
This is real, people. This is real.
It's real.
It's real emotions
talking
coming out of
for
Blake's
everyone.
house right now.
Worse again if it's your mate. See ya.
It is a terrible feeling, but Blake, I know you're dissing on e-bikes right now, but
Okay.
have you seen that new Yeti?
Oh yes, have you seen that new Yeti?
Have you seen it?
What, the 160E?
Oh my God.
I like it.
When I saw that bike, I thought, it made me cry. I thought, that's the end of mountain biking.
To be honest, that bike is very beautiful.
Looks incredible. It might be a game changer in mountain biking because it's the first time I've looked at an e-bike and thought, oh no, they can look better too.
It does look good, doesn't it? Just look at that linkage where the
what are we gonna do?
Industry chain device. Oh, it's just.
It's very nice. But the last point I want to make about things we hate about mountain biking, the Yeti brings us to it, doesn't it?
Which is a very important one.
I want to make a point. It's not just the Yeti. It's mountain biking.
It's mountain biking in general.
Give it to him, Blake.
Cost. Why is it so expensive?
It's too expensive.
We hate that it's so expensive.
Blake's got a motorcycle I can't describe in words because it's so fantastic.
It's my dream bike.
It didn't cost much money.
No, it cost me $7.5 and the Yeti is 12 grand.
Mountain biking's too expensive. It knows it, we know it, we all know it. We all know it. What are we doing? We're spending too much money.
But then it wouldn't let the world go round, would it?
But I tell you what, right? That's all the things we hate about mountain biking. I would love to know what you hate about mountain biking. Be honest. Tell us what it is.
What's up everyone? Welcome back to your weekly roundup of mountain bike news. Absolutely heaps to get through this week, so it's gonna be just the headlines. It was Martin Mays and Isabeau Corderia winning the pro stage during Saturday's EWS racing, bagging extra points and slim time advantages heading into Sunday. It was all changed though, with Morgan Shaw taking the win in the women's race and Jack Moyer returning to the top after some issues with his shoulder last week. As always, for all your EWS needs, we've got the official race coverage released on the day of the race on our YouTube. Before we move on from Enduro, we're bidding a fond farewell to Robin Woolner, who has chosen to retire from the sport after the next round in Tweed Valley. After 8 years of competitive Enduro, he's retiring to focus on family, so respect to him for choosing to step away to spend more time at home. He's not totally checking out mountain biking though, taking on a new role as IBIS team manager. Right, really fast through the action at snowshoes, starting with the downhill. In Thursday's race 1, we were treated to 2 new World Cup winners, both Valley Hall and Reece Wilson claiming their debut elite victories, both of which have been long overdue. With title favourites Miriam Nicole and Thibaut Depraya crashing out in the rocks, the overalls became crazy tight. It would be either Nicole, Blanche or Hall for the women's overall, and Depraya, Vergier or Bruni for the men. It all came down to Saturday and the pressure was on. Valley Hall went into the hot seat first in the women's race, and in a shocking turn of events, Miriam Nicole, who needed a 4th place finish or better to secure the overall, washed out in a turn after the sprint, finishing 7th and handing Hall her 2nd win and the overall title for her first year's elite racing. Incredible consistency from Hall this season with her first 2 wins to top it off, making her the first Austrian lady to win a World Cup as well as the first Austrian to win an overall. The men's race was equally dramatic, with Depraya crashing out in qualifying, breaking his thumb and fracturing his fibula. And with that, his campaign for the overall was over. A repeat win was also not on the cards for Reece Wilson due to a dropped chain, and Vergier got pinged off track before narrowly avoiding crashing. Instead, it was Loic Bruni smashing his way down in full Super Bruni mode, taking the win and the overall. The guy's an insanely good bike rider and takes the 2nd overall of his career. Final World Cup downhill runs for Emily Siegenthaler and Sick Mick Hanna as well, as they retire from World Cup downhill. They'll be missed from the circuit for sure. It was also the perfect weekend in snowshoe for Evie Richards. The young British rider won Friday's short track race before catapulting herself off the front of the field in the main event to secure her 2nd race victory by a minute and a half. Rebecca McConnell looked like she would get close, but she got flat and fought back to get 2nd spot. Anne Talbot came in 3rd, but it's Loana Lecomte, who was unfortunately not riding due to illness, but took her first elite overall win regardless. Shout out to Mona Mitavala for a dominant season in the under-23s, winning every single XCO race this year. In the men's race, it was Christopher Blevins who came first on home soil by 9 seconds to become the first male American winner of an XC race in 27 years. Vlad Daskalou followed up to career best of 2nd place, as a dramatic final lap saw punctures from Avancini and Schurter. The men's overall goes to Flukiger, who raced a smart race in order to finish well, clear on points. Orbea have released a new Occam. There's a slight geometry update compared to the last one, with a new 2-piece linkage design and a magnetic multi-tool. But that's not all. There's actually 2 bikes being released in this update. The Occam also gets a rowdier cousin in the form of the Occam LT. This long travel version sits at 150mm with slightly slacker head angle and burlier suspension. The high pivot Da Vinci prototype ridden by the Global Racing team has finally been revealed as the new Spartan. We've got a video with all the details on GMBN, so you can find out all the details there. The headlines though are 160mm of high pivot travel paired with a 170 fork, a 64.5 degree head angle, a flip chip to change angles ever so slightly, threaded BB, and a coil compatible fully carbon frame made in Canada. The GoPro 10 has arrived. With a new processor, it's able to shoot in 5.3K, which from a tiny camera that size is madness. It also does 4K at 120 FPS, has HyperSmooth 4.0 and almost 20 megapixel screen grabs. It uploads your content directly to cloud storage for you to edit as you wish from there. Orange have made the Team Edition Switch 6 available to buy on their website. So if you're a fan of the Enduro team and the unique collection of parts they're running on those bikes, you can now get yourself the same version. There's a full range of sizes available at Orange dealers and the price is £5,200. Deity have just released the high side handlebar with a 800mm width, 35mm clamp. As you'd expect from the name, some pretty intense rides going on here, either 50mm or a giant 80mm. Last but not least, the results from our Orbea Rallon giveaway. You had to go onto the Orbea website, design your dream Rallon, components, paintwork and all. We had some brilliant entries, some bold, some classy, a real good mix. But there can only be one winner, and that is, drumroll please, Alex Stefanescu. Congratulations, we'll be in touch along with Orbea on the email you entered on soon. Keep an eye out for another bike giveaway we've got coming on the channel sometime in October. For now though, it's over to Toff for the sickest thing of the week. Enjoy.
Cheers, Tom. Hey, everyone. Right, this week's sickest thing is this insane new edit from Brady Tweedy. It's just so good. Like, that first hand plant he does is just so sick. I mean, like, look how perfectly he grabs the wood. Anyways, yeah, this edit was sick. It was a real cool mix of, like, dirt and street vibes. Like, the street stuff kind of reminded me of, like, old school New World Disorder, like, old school Cam Zinc parts and stuff. I just thought it was really cool. But with a bit of a modern twist, like the upstair ride to bars out, like, that was super sick. And yeah, that ride where he rides over like that kid's climbing frame thing, like it looks super easy, but it's one of those things that's probably like really hard and you definitely wouldn't want to put your foot through that, would you? Like it would definitely snap off. That would suck. Oh, and that huge toboggan into the bank, that was rad, wasn't it? And the nollie off the roof, like that was cool, where he like climbed up the roof and did that nollie off into the bank. I thought that was pretty steezy. And I thought he had like a pretty cool bike setup as well. It was a 29-inch like downcountry bike that he's put 650s in and a coil, and he set up for bar spins. Yeah, I mean, these kind of like do-it-all jib bikes just look so fun, don't they? It's a really good video. I'd say it's definitely worth checking it out. Right, that's my sickest thing this week. Time to go back to the shed.
Okay, time for a shop shout out where we've got lots of new things going on. We've of course got our new long sleeve tees. Charcoal's definitely the best.
Khaki definitely the one for
No,
sure.
we've got our new joggers in there. We've got our new shorts. We've got lots of stuff. So head over to the GMBN shop, get yourself a little bit of merchandise, and you'll be supporting GMBN and helping us make videos throughout the year. So get involved, become part of the team. Why not? Right, let's take a look at some of your hacks and bodges. But before we do, Blake, right, I was looking on Bike Rumor the other day, and have you seen this? This is so cool. I love it. It's basically using Autodesk, okay, to design parts for SRAM. So SRAM are investigating ways to create new ideas for engineering, okay? So they're not necessarily producing these parts, but they're using Autodesk design. Now let me explain, right, we use this a little bit.
Like a concept.
We use this design and this technology a little bit when we were creating my fabric seat for my mountain bike. Okay, and basically what it does is you can put in the forces of a product, something that it's going to need to tackle. So in this instance, a pedal arm. And then you can just tell it what it's going to need to take, and then it comes up with thousands of ways to deal with that problem. Okay. And then you can either choose to make that piece either in an additive way, so actually add material to make it, so grow it out of a 3D
printing, yeah.
Or a reductive way where you actually like CNC it out of a block. You can just choose that in the computer. So SRAM have been playing with this, and they've been coming up with all these ideas, and they've got loads of like little examples of it over on Bike Rumor.
Look at that.
I just loved that, and I thought, wow, hacks and bodges, it's all about that. And last week we were talking about 3D printing, and I thought this was great.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Love it, love it. So we're going to stick on 3D printing for hacks and bodges this week, okay? So we've got some 3D print brilliance this week. And the first one I'm going to start with, I've seen a few of these, is from Marco, okay? And Marco's got a YT Izzo, and he's swapping out the RockShox twist lock, which came on the bike, for a Fox remoter lever, and swapped out the internal lever for two separate ones. So he's got two separate 3D printed levers. on his bike that he's just created from himself, straight out of AutoCAD, and just probably not AutoCAD. I'm not sure what.
There's
the program
other
would
there's
be.
other
But
designing
other programs are
programs
available.
are available.
But it's a very, very cool product that he's created.
It's actually really
Isn't it
cool,
amazing?
That is.
3D printing gets me pretty excited.
Well, I think it does too. Me.
Neil said that makes me a nerd, but I don't think it does. Next up, we've got Dondies, not Doddy. Dondies.
Okay.
I like this because I thought this is already a great idea. I thought in the past, if you've cut your bars down, could you extend them a little bit? And with lock-ons, you can get away with it.
Yeah, if you're not very good with mathematics, a triangle, just like that, and you chop down too much, this could be a lifesaver.
It could be, but basically he's designed these bar extenders. But whilst he's done that, he's also thought, well, I'm gonna have to plug the end of them, so maybe I should create a little compartment in there. That means I can store some little gummies to get some energy out of the bike when he's feeling a bit tired and he's bonking.
Like midget gems or
maybe
something?
some cheat pills. I don't know what you're putting in there, but something. You've got a little space to put something in there, maybe a little tool.
That's genius.
It's a great idea.
That's good.
And with the lock-on over the top, the integrity of the bar would work. It's great. It's great stuff. What about this, though, to end? This is 3D printing in its most ridiculous.
Okay.
Look at this. Okay, you've got to go down into the microscopic world here for this to really work. But Charlie has made this with a 3D pen.
I was going to say that's a pen. I've seen
he's
seen art on YouTube with guys with
it's
pens.
3D art of a bike. But look, he's got double sides on his
that looks like a
triangle.
Yeti.
It's amazing.
That's cool.
That's 3D printing right there.
With a pen.
Yeah, I love it. The 3D print Hacks and Bodges special has been a bit of a joy to look at. So thanks for sending those in. There's a lot more people there printing than I thought. But great stuff coming in for you. Blake, you've now got to pick a winner and give a jersey to either Charlie, to Marco, or to Dondi. Who are you giving it to?
Ooh.
It's a race top now. This is nice. It's a nice product. Don't take too long. It's also...
Dondi.
Video. Dondi, you only did that because of the name. Dondi, you're the winner. You are getting yourself a Descent GMBN jersey. Oh, nice, very
fresh.
Nice. It's on its way to you now. I literally heard it go out the door. Well done. If you would like to get involved with Hacks and Bodges, how can they do it, Blake?
Well, there's a link in the description down below. Go in there, put your bits in there, and you could be featuring on Hacks and Bodges.
Your bits?
Yeah, put your bits in there.
Well, put your bits in it.
Don't put them bits in it.
Caption contest. Right, let's get involved in this. Blake, talk us through this photo. Talk us through it.
It's a gum shield that I got from years and years ago, and Dottie took a picture of me with it. So there you go.
It looks like you've smeared. Well, it either looks like your teeth have gone rotten, or it looks like you 3D printed it out of that weird caramel colour stuff that the guy who made that mudguard last week did.
I just ate loads of peanut butter.
Oh, it does look like peanut butter, loads of peanut butter. But we did get some really great captions from this one, okay? And I'm going to start with Robert Lee, who says, "No, Blake, we meant we like cassettes with gold teeth."
That's much better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
That's going to be hard to beat.
That's really good.
Yeah. Go on, what's the next one, Blake?
We're going from Tony Nash. Blake tries his hand at 3D printing and the results are golden.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's good.
Especially, you didn't see it. Last week we had this mudguard where we were looking at 3D printing, and it was literally this colour. It was caramel coloured.
All right.
So yeah, it makes good sense. Drew Felix, he says, Blake loving the new Kashima mouthguards.
Oh no, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, Fox Kashima mouthguards.
I think the first one.
Robert Lee smashed it.
Coming up on the channel this week, we got a plethora of rad goodies to feast your eyeballs on. Dottie headed out to Ireland, to Vitus, to see how a trail bike was born.
Nice. And I tell you what I'm looking forward to this week is our video collection of fails and bails of the month. You're going to see a few little glimmers into that at the end of this show, but as a complete video, me and Blake had a lot of fun with it because there's some big crashes in there. So I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that. Right, Blake, it is time for us to get into the bike vault. Because we have got some serious bikes to look at today.
I can't wait for the bike vault.
And I'm going to start off with this one, okay? Check this bike out. This.
Oh my goodness.
This propane is Steve Atkinson's propane, and it's a special bike, right? Because if you look closely, it's a bucket bike. Steve's like myself. He's had a spinal cord injury, so he's not able to ride like everyone else, but he's got this amazing bike set up. And I love, right, the bucket bike is evolving. And I love how he's positioned that battery on the top tube, so it sits between his knees, it's out of the way.
It's beautiful.
He's got a Pinnacle motor on there, I think it's Pinnacle that it's called. He's got a lovely little bucket seat. It's great, and of course, it is adorned with Can't Quit Cartel livery, because he is the man behind Can't Quit Cartel, one of my favourite mountain biking sub-brands, one of those like underground brands that are creating out brilliant bits of kit. I love it. Steve, you've nailed it. The bucket bike has taken another step forward. It's a super nice.
That is super nice. Get that bell line. Super nice, that thing.
It doesn't sound right, dude. That's better. That's better. Yeah. It's a super nice, Steve. I love it.
Well done, Steve. That is flipping cool. Whoa! Cavan.
Yes.
With this rigid street/jump bike, Martin, in green, same colour as this tee, which you can buy in our shop, but look at that, it's beautiful. It's got a bottle cage on it.
It's nice, Blake. It's nice. I don't like the bottle cage, and I don't like the rigid fork. I don't love the rigid front fork.
He's gangster though, Martin.
No, that's Trials bike move. That's a Trials bike move.
That is actually Trials, street Trials. That's nice. Sorry, yeah, it's great colour though.
It's nice.
Ryan, with his Lapierre Zesty, 2013. That's nice.
It's pretty old school, this one, but every time I look at Lapierre now, I just sort of think, I don't know, it feels like a blast from the past. I'm not.
It's beautiful though, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Hey, it's a bike, it's nice.
I like it.
It's nice. Next up, we have got Collins Kotick Rocket.
2019 Woburn Sands. Do you know what? I like that.
The geometry is what we would say
Geometron,
very much
kind
of the day. Yeah, Geometron-esque. Yeah, it's, well, I mean, it's sort of like a leading light in the geometry fashion. And I do like the kind of like bare metal
I do like that raw
orange.
Thing. Oh, that's nice.
What parts we got on there? Got Lyric up front, got XT transmission, Hope stem wheels, Renthal fat bars. It's a pretty kitted up weapon.
Oh, I think that's super nice.
Blake, I think you should.
I think that's super nice. That is super nice. Well done, Colin.
Next up, it's a Cannondale.
Oh.
It's a Cannondale. It's a Cannondale. It's a Cannondale from Brandon. It's a Cannondale Habit SE.
I like the colour.
I love the colour. It's almost like that 8-pack paint. You know?
Oh,
it's really nice.
It's got like a cool green-coloured Garmin protector or any other computer.
This is super nice. There's nothing else to say about it, Blake. It's a Cannondale. Next up, we've got Andrews. Another Transition.
Transition Spar, bro. 2021. With that is like a downcountry / cross country / I'm going out for a big ride. That's a super nice to me, mine. It's great.
Down country.
Yeah, down country. That's the thing now.
Down country. No, it's not.
Yes.
That is a nice looking bike. It's maybe a bit more than that.
I think it's a super nice, mine. Yes.
It's a super nice. That is in North Carolina too.
Ooh.
What are you ringing the bell for here? Oh, the nuke proof. Oh my God.
I'm a big fan of the nuke proof Scout. I've got a big thing coming up that involves the Scout again.
They're a cool brand.
It is.
They're good friends of the channel, and it's hard not to give that super nice.
Nice.
Well, you've already done it.
I've already done it.
Nice.
I just saw it and I was like, flipping heck, that's super nice.
Mika, you've nailed it. You've nailed it. Now, before we slag this off, right, because some people are saying that Dylan has got an orange and the orange is slightly behind the times, right? But I don't think that's true.
No, because it's now the colour of the bike matches the name.
Yeah.
Normally black or something.
I mean, they've always kind of had that connection, but I think what I want to know, right, is if we put an idler wheel on one of those bikes, would it be better? I don't really understand idler wheels, but basically that is almost getting towards a high pivot bike, isn't it? Not quite, I guess not quite, but I'd like to know, could we improve the orange by adding an idler on it?
Well, we could try.
I'd like to know the comments. But is it nice or is it super nice?
Blake says it's nice. It's nice.
I think it's more. And lastly, oh no, this is the one bike I mentioned these last week.
I took the bell away because I didn't want you to like it.
It's a Cannondale Raven. It's not my favourite. It's sent in from Emmanuel, but I tell you what, looking at it now, it's not super nice. Let's not get carried away, but it's definitely nice. It's definitely nice. Not my favourite Cannondale in the world.
It does. It's mine.
Emmanuel, thank you for sending it in. And unfortunately, Blake, we are out of the bike vault.
It's nice
We're
though.
out of the bike vault, so it's a nice to end on. Hey, what bike you got at home? What you riding? Let us know simply by sending it into the GMBN uploader. We look at all of the bikes that you send in, so it's great just to see them.
Yeah.
But it's even better when we get a chance to share a few of them on the show, and everyone else see them out in the mountain biking world. So please send them in. Love seeing your bikes. Blake, thank you for joining me.
It's been absolute blast, Mr.
Hasn't it been a laugh on the
been
Dirt
so
Shed
good.
show?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the mug. I'm a big baby. But we've had a great time. Blake's going off to Scotland.
We're going to Scotland, yeah. Night shoot as well.
Some great videos coming from that. Thanks for joining us. Love, like, and share on our social channels. And to just play us out today, why don't we take a quick look, Blake, with our hands over our eyes, of just some of the things that haven't gone right for you guys out on the trails. Hold tight, dude. See you next week.
Nice. Yes! Fast orders?